This is Sanjeet. I know it's been a while since I gave my last tutorial. Sorry about that, I was a little busy, but now I have the whole summer to give more. I know in our last tutorial we covered user interface design and learned a little bit of coding artificial intelligence for a game. Well, actually, in this tutorial, we're actually going to probably get into that. But first, before we get into AIs, we're going to learn about game managers, how to manage our scenes for like when we lose the game, how to restart, how to play again, how to go on to the next level. So first thing you're going to do is go to game object, create empty, rename, and call this Game Manager. Next thing you want to do is add a C# script. So create C# script, and we'll call this one Game Manager. Let's click that open. So first thing you want to do is have a public static method. So public static Game Manager. Oh, wrong place. Game Manager. And let's call it GM. So what this is doing is, let's have a comment. Make Game Manager public static so it can access this from other scripts. So basically, this game manager will be able to access our other C# scripts we wrote. So another thing we want all to do is, let's delete that and also make another import. So using Unity Engine .ui. So basically, this game manager will let us access our user interface we designed in the last tutorial. So we got public static game manager GM, public int score, and we want to start at 0. Public bool can beat level, and we want to set that to false right now because right now we haven't beaten the level yet. So, and let's set public. Let's also add public int beat level score. So we need a certain score to be able to beat a level. And right now our score should start at 0. Public float start time. So we know obviously we need a timer equals 5.0 f. Public text main score display. We also want a public text main timer display. Public game object. Game object. We want a game over. Oh, game over score outline. We also want some audio, so public audio source. Music audio source. So this will actually help us. The music we attach to our games, our main camera, we can just attach that to the audio source, so when we actually finish up this code. You'll see what I mean. Public bool game is over. So game is over, and that's right now the false because the game isn't over yet. Because when we first start to play the game, we haven't beaten the level yet. We have to be able to beat it. So public game object play. Actually, let's maybe keep that lowercase. Let's keep the format the same. Play again. Buttons, because when we made our user interface, we made 4 play again buttons. You'll see what this is actually going to do. So public string so play again level to load. Public game object next level buttons public string next level to load. So basically these game object and strings are actually going to link with our user interface we designed in our last couple tutorials. So it's going to actually make sense once we actually get the script running. And public float current time. All right. So now we got that. Now we just want to be able to set the game up. So we're gonna go inside void start. So write a comment, set the current time to the start time we specified. So we're gonna say current time equals start time. Alright, so now we're gonna add a conditional statement. So if GM equals null, then GM equals this dot game object dot get components get component, and the component is our GameManager. Alright, we also want to initiate our scoreboard, and our scoreboard right now, like the way we initialize it, it should be as 0. So now we're going to say main score display dot text, and that equals 0. All right. And so I'm gonna add another comment. So if game over score outline. So we want game over score outline. Dot set active to false. All right. Hang another comment, inactive to play again. So what I'm going to do is just copy and paste from here. And just change this. Play in buttons. Let's organize the code a little bit. So now I'm just going to do the same thing. Next, level buttons. Alright, so now I think our void start is done. Make that a little bit more organized. Alright, so now we just want to go to void update. So we want this to update the game manager every time. So if not game is over, so if game is not over, we want this to check first. And if can beat level and score is greater than or equal to beat level score. Is that these parentheses? So first we wanna set up a new method. So we're gonna set up beat level I can beat, just beat. We're actually gonna be setting that up later on in the script. Else if current time is less than 0. And what we want this to do is to check if timer hits 0. End game. Else add this comment here. game playing state date time. So current time minus. So this is what's going to decrement our timer. Delta time. Main timer. Current toString. Alright, so let's see if we need to indent anything. Now it's already organized, so start here. Alright, so now that we gotten those out of the way, let's take care of our voids. So we'll start with first void endgame. So game is over equals true. So basically now if our game ends and game is over, it's true because once we, let's say, lose the game or beat the game, game over. Main timer display dot text equals, so now we just want our game over. We also want this timer display to have the message saying game over in our script. Game over score outline. We want that to set active to true. So basically when game's over, it'll set over the score outline and give us a message as game's over. Oh, somehow I accidentally erased. Oh, I know what happened. I'm sorry about the computer error. That's my fault. So now we also want to reactivate the play again button. I think we talked about the play again button in our other two tutorials. But that's right, if you haven't gone to game over yet, we can probably get into that in next tutorial. That's not so hard. Play again button. So if if play again buttons, just copy from here. Want play again buttons to set true. Also from here, let's see. So we also want our, sorry, not play agains yet. We also want, yep, play agains. We also want one more thing. We also want audio in our game. So we want to be able to reduce the pitch of the background. So if music audio source, we just want music audio source dot pitch, and we want our pitch to be at, we don't want the audio source to be like in the background to be like too intense. We want to like pitch it down a little bit, so let's have it 0.5 f to make it easier. All right, let's just fix that. All right, so endgame is now done. So now we just want to set up void and copy and paste that beat level. So if we beat the level, of course, we could just take from here. And game is over is equal to true. Take this guy. And we don't want it to say game over. We want to say level complete to be our message. Yeah, let's actually keep it the same format. Alright, so now let's just, same thing we did there. You can just take this and put in here. Alright, the only difference here is now we don't put the play again buttons. What we put is the next level buttons because we beat the game. We should be able to go to the next level. Just gonna copy and we just want our next level buttons. And yep, we want them to be true. So basically, if we lose the game or win the game, we also want to be able to reduce the music a little bit. So let's also have our pitch be here as well. And yeah, that should be good. Let's see if let me just look over the whole code, see if there's anything else we need. Alright, so there's a couple more things I think we need is just, we just need a public function. So I'm going to write a comment here so we all understand. So public void target hit. And we want to pass a couple parameters to it. So int score amount and float time amount. So score plus equals, so we want to be able to increment our score non-stop in a loop. So when as we kill each enemy, it should be able to increment a score. So we want to be able to increment it every time. So we're going to say score plus equals that's our score amount. Main score display dot text equals score dot toString Okay, and we also want to be able to increase time by time amount. So current so current time plus equals time amount. So if we want to pass another conditional statement, current time current time current time. Sorry about that. Current time is less than 0. And current time equals 0.0. Alright, so now one more thing we have to just add is we should be able to update the text user interface. It's text UI. So main timer display dot text equals current time dot toString oops 0.00 and semicolon and close it. So now we just want one more method, and that's to restart the game. Either we want to load to next level, or it'll make more sense when I talk about it. So public void restart game, and we want applicate. So for public void restart game, we're gonna say application dot load level and in parentheses say play again level to load. So let's say if we lose the level or beat the whole game, we should be able to play again from scratch. So that's what this part of the code is doing. And we also want to be able to go to next level, because if we beat the first one, we should be able to move on to level 2. So public void next level and we're just going to copy and paste this. Only difference we're going to change is next level to load. So I'll change play again to next level, and let's just make sure we copied it right. Okay, so lowercase n. So now let's just close the brackets to see if it works right. So now what I'm going to do is compile the code. Oops, we have a couple of errors. Let's see what the problem is. Alright. Alright, let's actually save it and then rerun the script. Why is that giving me an error? Let's just figure that out right now, actually. Oh, I know what I said. I said score amount. Sorry, it's my fault. Score. Now let's rerun it. Oh. Alright, now we're good. So I'm just going to do one thing and I'm just going to build a whole game again, build assembly from C# scratch, and everything was successful. So now what I'm going to do, oh, you don't have to do that, you just have to compile the code. I just want to make sure everything worked right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to drag and drop my GameManager script to my GameManager object. And there you go. So now what you should be able to do is, we don't actually have all the components yet, but all the components we can drag and drop are right now. Let's see our audio source. So we go to our main camera. Sorry. So go to your player and your main camera and add some music audio source. Alright, so we have music audio source added, and then we want to play again buttons to be there. So let's add that here, and our next levels to be here. We don't have play again level to load. Actually, we do. So copy it exactly the way your scene level name is. So my scene name right here is level 1. So I'm gonna write level 1. So basically, when you play the game, and let's say you beat the first level of the game, and you want to play again, you can play again from scratch. Or let's say if you beat the whole game, all the levels, and you want to play again from scratch, you'll restart back to level 1, which is the name we're seeing here, level 1. So let's see if we need anything else. So we also want our main score. So our timer text can go here. And yeah, I think right now we might have everything we need for now. So I think in this tutorial I occupied a lot of time for getting our GameManager script written down and getting it working. So this is a plan. So for the next tutorial, we probably might get into a little bit more about coding the AI, and actually we might learn how to blow it up and probably damage our AI. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Thank you.